Hey, it's David Thomas. Hope you are having a great week. So, back at it again, Wednesday devotion, and jump on here every Wednesday, share a little bit about my devotion, my heart, what the Lord's speaking to me, and put on my heart to share with you. So, hope it blesses you today. Now, today I'm going to be talking about Matthew 8:23. So, let me read that to you. Then he got into the boat, and his disciples followed him. Suddenly, a furious storm came upon the lake, and the waves swept over the boat. But Jesus was sleeping in the boat. The disciples went and woke him, saying, Lord, save us, we are going to drown. He replied, You of little faith, why are you so afraid? Then he got up, rebuked the winds and the waves, and it was completely calm. Now, in the original language, that means instantaneously calm, silent, right? Like you all of a sudden you have this ferocious waves and they're coming over the boat. I mean, you can imagine maybe you've been in that situation yourself, or you've seen movies where it's just these crazy waves and the ship seems like it is going down. And then all of a sudden, Jesus speaks and instantaneous calm, peace. Everything was under control. And I thought this was really interesting how it really applies to our lives on a daily basis, really. I mean, some days you have more storms than others, but isn't that the way it is? That the storms of life start piling up and we think, man, the ship is going down. And we're scared, right? We lose faith. He says, You of little faith, why are you so afraid? I think Jesus says that to us on a sometimes a daily basis. You have little faith. Why are you afraid? We just talked about this yesterday, right? Can't you imagine it? But so many times we lose our faith so easily. We think, oh my goodness, the Lord's letting this happen. Everything's going to pot. I'm not going to make it through this. But somehow we always make it through. Somehow Jesus always provides. Somehow he always provides a solution. Sometimes it's not the solution you necessarily want, but in the end, it probably ends up being the solution you definitely need. And sometimes we grow from these troubles we have in our life. God allows those in our lives to help us to grow, help us be strong. And you know what? Help us depend on him and to know where the true power comes from. I mean, it's kind of sad, typically if everything's going good in our lives, especially, believers as well, we just do our thing. We almost forget God's there, right? Oh yeah, I'll pray in the morning. Oh yeah, I go to church on Sundays. But life is good. Do we speak to Jesus as much as we should? Do we commune with him? Do we have a close relationship and devotion with him? Or does the bottom have to fall out? And now we want to pray every single minute, right? Now we want to read our Bible more. Now we want to do this. It's so sad that it's that way, but it's human nature. I mean, look at the Israelites in the Bible. Things would be good, they'd forget about God and they turn to other idols. God would allow something to happen, some tragedy in the nation. What would they do? They'd come back to Christ. And so it is human nature, but we can be ahead of that. We can understand. We have to remind ourselves and be close and never lose that close relationship with God, that even through the good times and the bad times, we are always should be depending on God, having faith in him, having faith in his provision and sovereign control of our lives, and that he's always going to see us through. I know there's never been one time in my life where, and there has been many times where I thought the ship is going down, right? But there's never been one time where God didn't provide a solution. And you know what? In the end, it ended up being the best thing that ever happened to me. So I challenge you today, even in the midst of storms, don't feel like the ship is going down. Always, before the storm, during the storm, after the storm, always have that close communion with Jesus. Have your daily devotion. Have a all day long, just this constant in the word, in the spirit, in prayer relationship with him, and never lose faith that God will provide for you and get you through the struggles, the trials, the storms of life. All right. So I appreciate you watching today. God bless you all, and we will see you back next week. Take care.